could share with us what you think comes next in the area of digital transformation, and if you can comment on the sustainability implications of that evolution.
I became aware that data was this really important thing sort of at the beginning of the 2000s when we were doing wearable computing. And one of the things I did is I started doing country scale experiments where we got all the telco data or all the purchase data for entire countries and brought together hundreds of groups to ask, what good can you do with this? And it turns out that you can do lots of good. You can map poverty, inequality, you can look at changes in the environment, you can direct the investment much better. And out of those experiments came my role in the Sustainable Development Goals, which is helping to forge the Tier 3 measurements. And I want to ask, why can't we take the learnings we did for the UN, for all those nations, and apply them to what are called the Scope 3 ESG standards, which are not yet really defined. The trouble with that is that nobody's going to give you their data. And that's where my interest in Web3 comes up, which is this idea that, well, you could have people holding their data, and what they have is they have certified ways of sharing statistics, insights about their data with you. So I'm looking to these sort of new computing techniques that don't require sharing data. They require everybody to be able to have sharing of attestations or statistics to be able to actually look at global footprints.
I do think big data, the insights that we can gather, some ability to create standardization, because quite frankly, for us to understand some of the carbon footprint in our supply, we're looking at spend data and assumptions and calculations. And then even if we think about that, and you then layer in circularity, and you start thinking about the lifetime and what is the embedded carbon and how might we account for that embedded carbon that we might need to think about as we mined a particular mineral or manufactured a logistically transported it somewhere else in the world, and then it was on site, but then we take it back. And there's so much that we can do together to make that happen and make the best choices that we can.